Hey, 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 Marieanne here, the crocheted clogger. Thanks for joining me today. Today is Thursday, June the 27th, 2024. I know that for sure because my daddy's, or would have been my father's birthday yesterday. Anyway, happy birthday, Daddy, up in heaven. Happy late birthday. So I'm here to talk to you today about two things. First one we'll talk about is the Bod Hadapalooza. Hashtag Bod Hadapalooza. I'm sure everybody knows by now about Mad Mimi. That's Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, Laura. I did a lot of the Bod Hadapaloozas from last year. And this year I haven't done hardly any, but this last week, she pulled a number that I, asked her to put in the pot, and that was number 103. And it was for the balaclava. Is that how you say that? I have never heard that word, so I Googled it to, and I get what it is, but around here we call it a ski mask, but I suppose, I don't know, balaclava. Am I saying that right? I get confused with it and baklava, or baklava. Balaclava, right? Anyway, so I watched, did it by the tutorial from Bag O' Day Crochet, of course, and at the beginning of let me first show you. I did exactly what she did in the video. I used a size, what am I saying? 6mm. Yeah, 6mm J hook. And I used this right here, which is 100% acrylic. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. And it is a 4-weight. And the color is called Desert Glaze, which is kind of a burnt orange. There's my scrap ball. And I also used brown, which I don't know what it is. It was a scrap ball. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Because I didn't need so much brown. Okay, so anyway, let me just put it on and show you. Give me a second, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, that is the color from Kenny, South Point. Okay. Here's my balaclava. And it is going to be my Halloween costume for this year. So, if you're familiar with the adult animated show South Park, then you know the character Kenny. You always see Kenny like this. Now, one thing I did wrong is that I changed colors too soon. I wanted this brown to be a lot wider than what Crystal did with her change of color. But when I look at pictures of Kenny from South Park, it's still too much brown. It's still too wide, but I don't care. Everybody get the idea, I think, at Halloween. And you always see him like this, and you never see him speak properly. He's just always mumbling because his mouth is covered. Okay, I think it's funny. Anyway, I don't watch South Park too much anymore. But I used to watch it with my husband, and yeah, Kenny is a popular character on South Park. And what I think I'm going to do, see, if you know South Park, then you know Kenny's always the guy that gets killed. He's been killed many, many times. So I think what I'll do is I'll get one of those bands that's a knife that goes through the head. Okay, I think it's funny. But again, if you've never watched South Park, then you wouldn't get it. But Crystal did say at the beginning of the tutorial, this is what I started to tell you a while ago before I put it on, but then I thought, that's just going to ruin the surprise. Anyway, she did say at the beginning of the tutorial video that somebody on her Facebook group had mentioned when they saw the tutorial that would be perfect for if you could do it in the colors and do a Kenny one. So anyway, you know, around here we don't get cold enough to really warrant wearing anything like this, and I know there's plenty of places in the world that it does get cold enough. It's not like but I just thought, I was reprimanded because last year my husband and I went to a party. It was a get-together. It was just a cookout get-together, but we didn't know. It wasn't on Halloween night, but it was like the weekend, like right before it. And we didn't know that it was supposed to be a Halloween party. We got reprimanded. So anyway, I got something to wear now. I have to do something simple. I'm not going all out anymore. I used to, or we used to, my husband and I both. No more. Okay, so anyway, now Laura, you know how when she picks out a number every week for Bod Had a Palooza over there at Mad Mimi's Crocheting for me, she says, so if you don't like this week's hat, just, complain to whomever it was that picked it, but nobody complained to me, so thank y'all. Except for Laura, I could kind of tell she didn't want to do it. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show you is a new row counter that I made. But before I show you the row counter, in fact, I did show you part of this row counter the other day, last video. But I wanted to tell you a story first, and it has to do with the row counter. I don't know how long ago it was. So many people have been so generous and sending me in the past couple years, since I've been making row counters and stitch markers, people have been so nice to send me beads like crazy. And Cheryl's one of those people. I think it's her granddaughter that she likes to buy beads for, and so I get what her granddaughter doesn't want. Thank you, Cheryl. But this is one of the things that was in one of the boxes of beads that she sent me. And it is leather. It's called leather lace. But it's like a suede leather. It's real leather. Suede laces, I guess, for shoes or boots or whatever. And I was like, and a lot of times when you buy this from Fire Mountain Gems, a lot of times, and that's where Cheryl likes to shop, and her granddaughter. I do too. They got, like, when I really need something and I need it, anyway. Back to the point. A lot of times they will give you like a little free gift when you order a certain amount. And this might have been one of those things, but regardless, it doesn't matter. When I discovered these in the box, I've got this spool, which is purple, and I also have another black spool of leather lace. I thought, what can I use this for? Because I like to think, I like to think out of the box and try to find uses for things that might not be the ordinary use, and that comes with saving. You know what I'm talking about. You save like saving toilet paper rolls when it's empty, or paper towel rolls. There's what can I do with this? It's repurposing. There you go. So what I thought, what can I do with this? I got to be able to use this, and I saved it, and I do that. What can I do? Well, anyway, I finally figured something out. figured something out with it. I made, okay, I'll show you in a minute. I made a new row counter that is already in the shop. This one has 10 beads, they all do. And we have some orange, pretty hand-painted glass beads and these purple beads. These are wooden, the purple ones, and the orange ones are glass. Okay, so I made this little doohickey thing for the bottom, which is a nice, pretty stone. Look at those purples and oranges in there. And I gave it a little tassel of beads there. Okay, so where's the leather come into play, you ask? Well, I'll show you. Maybe. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Woo. Okay, the multiples tracker, which is kind of like a stitch marker that goes on here. I have a video and I'll link it at the end. It goes on here wherever you need to figure out what multiples you need to use, like 10 rows, 20 rows, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is the multiples tracker, and this is what I did. I created, out of that leather thing, a new type of loop. And what I did was created a loop with the leather and put the beaded stuffs through it and around it and all that kind of thing. But, you know, that looks crazy simple, doesn't it? I mean, it does look pretty simple to me. But golly, it took me forever to figure out how to do it. Figure out how I was going to do it. But yeah, look, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of proud of myself. Not trying to be a braggart, but I figured something out to use the leather with. And so anyway, yeah. So we can use this as the multiples tracker here. And if you're wondering what in the world the multiples tracker is good for, check out the video, which will be at the end of this video. And it's a how-to video on how to use these things, okay? And of course, they're for sale in my Etsy shop, and that will be linked down below as well. Well, is that everything we're going to talk about today? I think so. I think it is. Thank you for joining me today. Oh, and guess what? I am ready to do, I'm going to call it Holly Jolly July. It's a Holly Jolly July. Almost. Anyway. Yeah. And now it won't be, I'm not going to do like an everyday thing, but at least once a week I will do a video in July with a Holly Jolly July Christmas Advent coming my way. Okay. Anyway, we'll talk at you later. Bye.